Hi everybody, hope you're all well. It's dreary outside, I tell you that, very grey. So with that in mind, I thought I'd cheer myself up and make some, do a roast potato comparison with the Cosori and the Ninja. And before I had the Cosori, I always used to do my roast potatoes in the drawer 2 and cook whatever meat in drawer 1. And obviously, you know, when you're letting your your meat rest, put in your sort of sage and onion balls or whatever it is that you're having. Sort of, it frees up for a good half hour before your roast potatoes are ready. And then I got the Cosori, and that was a bit of a game changer for me for roast potatoes, because it just offered such a large space that I could do my roast potatoes in, and I've been using it for roast potatoes ever since. So it's been a while since a good half a year since I've roast potatoes in the Ninja. And then the roast potatoes are great, there was nothing wrong with them. I just, the quantity, because I was feeding 5 or 4.5, because Valerie's, she doesn't eat a large portion compared to us. 4.5, you know, I needed, the Cosori offered me greater scope for it being laid out more. But I thought I'd revisit this and compare results. As you know, they may both be brilliant. It's been a while. I have already parboiled my potatoes because I didn't want this video to be extra long. And any excess potatoes, they'll all get eaten, but I'm planning on freezing a large proportion of these after the taste test, because Jim's home and he's keen on taste testing as well, off camera, because he doesn't like being on camera. But yeah, I'm gonna freeze the majority of these for Christmas, because I've done that before. I've been doing that for years, and in fact it was Jamie Oliver who gave me the idea on one of his Christmas shows that he does quite a few years back. And if you freeze them cooked, and when you come to recook them in the what I would normally use is goose fat or duck fat, they come out, oh, unbelievable. They come out, you would never have known that they were frozen. They're just, and it saves you so much time on the day. So I highly recommend that method. And when that's what I'm going to be doing, I will show it in this, you know, how I bag them up gently, and then I just sort of pop them in the freezer and forget about them. So yeah, come and have a look at my parboiled potatoes. I do literally parboil within an inch of their life, and even last Sunday I actually got distracted, forgot about them, and they were very close. I could have mashed them, they were that well cooked. I still put them in, because I always do them in the Cosori now. I still put them in the Cosori as gently as I could, with all the fat and all the stuff that I would usually do. And honestly, they were the best roast potatoes I've ever made. So I always over parboil. It's risky business, but even if you've got so close that they've literally fall apart, still roast them, because when you have to just leave them for as long as possible, so that the top bit is all crispy, and then you can kind of gently turn them over. Honestly, it's the best thing. I'm sure everybody has their own methods, and I'd love to hear them as well. Let's share our roast potato methods, because roast potatoes, aren't they? They're a gift, they are, they really are. There's something about roast potatoes, oh, delicious. Oh, and my potato of choice is Maris Piper. What's yours? That's what I'd like to know. Yeah, so come and have a look at my parboiled roast potatoes. So I have actually made extra, more than I would usually make on a Sunday, because I want to sort of really fill up the baskets as much as possible to replicate how I would do it on a Sunday. And if I'd split my usual amount between the two, there would be loads of room, and it wouldn't really replicate how I would do it. So hopefully this is a good amount. I haven't bothered weighing the amounts, because you go by eye with your own roast potatoes, don't you? You can probably see they're pretty well really cooked, and I have overcooked them even further than this, and they still turn out fantastic. Yeah, so what we were going to do is, I always use lard and olive oil, but I always put lard to start with, and melt it in in each basket. That's the plan. And it's roughly about 30 grams of lard. Lard is really cheap, and it actually really, this is like one of the perfect cheap ways of getting really decent crispy roast potatoes. When I've put them in the basket, because I don't bother doing the whole adding here at this stage, that's all going to be added once they're in the basket. and then I sort of drizzle olive oil on the top. You'll see. Drizzle on the top. I'm going to throw in some rosemary just because these are going to be Christmas potatoes. I do sometimes add rosemary if I have it in the house, and I do today, which is fantastic. And some salt. So yeah, let's get cracking, get these in the respective air fryers, and start making some roast potatoes. See you in a bit. So I've just divided the lard into each air fryer. I'm just going to do the preset until it melts, and then I'll be adding the roast potato. Same with the Ninja, exactly the same. Just put it in, stick it on. Remember which drawer to put it on because I often forget. Just air fry for 5 minutes until it melts, and then add the roast potato. See you in a bit. Okay, so let's have a look. So it's only been a few minutes and that's nicely melted. I'll just quickly check the Ninja. Yeah, nicely melted. So I won't let that carry on because we obviously want to add our potatoes. Right, so I think I might have to put you down for this. Well, let's have a look. Let's just. So I tend to gently as possible anyway, drop in my potatoes, which isn't easy when you're doing this one-handed. Okay, and I just kind of level them off a bit. At this point, I would drizzle olive oil, and I mean I've shown you before, but there's 2 holes pierced in. I don't take the tab off. As I've said before, this allows such good control, makes the olive oil last a lot longer, especially given this olive oil in Lidl is 100% increase in price since the cost of living. Yeah, pricey. Anyway, drizzle that on as much or as little as I want, but I tend to go large. There's lard at the bottom, olive oil at the top. Okay, right, what I need to do is put the salt on. Be back in a tick. I forgot the rosemary. Jeez. Right, just get them in. They definitely add something. Right, back to my coffee. See you in a bit. I actually forgot the salt. So, mustn't forget the salt. Not for me anyway. Right. 4 minutes, well, just around 4 minutes in. See you in a bit. So I have been keeping an eye, I've been peeking, and it's at this stage that I would gently turn, which is what I'm going to do now. Just get my and if there was more, you would just do exactly the same thing. Oops. Give it a shake just to flatten it and then let it go back in. Right, let's check the Cosori. So it's been 15 minutes, but I would leave these a bit longer. They could do, it's fine to leave them. I always, because it's a bigger basket, it probably takes slightly longer than the Ninja. So I'll see you in a bit. So 25 minutes have just passed. We've already turned them, and we're definitely going to want to turn them again, but they're looking great. I mean, actually, do you know what? The tongs would do the job. Because even though they were really boiled, you know, a lot, to a high degree, they're quite, because they're cooked, they get quite firm. But there's these ones that need to come out of there, so I can sort of, ones that I can see that look quite good, I can bury them a little bit with the ones that need a little bit more, if that makes sense, I hope. It smells lovely. The rosemary really adds something, definitely. Lovely. Right, so they're going to go in for, as you know, if the rest of the 4 minutes, so these might actually take 30 minutes, but obviously it all depends on the quantity. It might take a bit longer if you've got a lot more, but you could fit more in there. I used to, for sure. So let them carry on. Let's go to the Cosori. 3 minutes left on that one. Wow, I need, in fact, if you remember, I haven't turned these at all. So there, this is why you kind of minimal handling. But then look at that. You see, this is what I love. I love that kind of crispiness. Let's just get these back in. I'm not sure whether to add some more minutes. We'll see how they are once the 3 minutes are up. See you in a bit. Okay, the Cosori one's ended. That's exactly 30 minutes. Ooh, delish. I think that's enough for me. I'm not going to be doing it any longer. Yeah, so I'm just going to, let's go and check the Ninja one. Oh yes, they're exactly the same, 30 minutes. Like I said before though, that may change if you've got a bit more, if you filled it up a bit higher. Right, let's get these dished up in separate bowls so we know which one's which. And I'll be back for, well, I'm going to do a closer look, then I'll be back for a taste test. See you in a bit. Right, Ninja, these ones, Cosori, mwah. 30 minutes, so impressed, I really am. Yeah, let's crack one open. I have let them cool down because they would have been roasting, pun intended. Oh, sorry, camera, where are you? I'm using my mobile, so it's a bit weird, slightly different. But yeah, it's got better focus. That's why I really wanted to try. I mean, well, it's meant to have better focus. Oh, the crunch. Hold on. Bellissimo. Perfect roast potato. That was a Ninja one. Oh, taste test. That's so arduous, honestly. Let's go for a delicious Cosori one. Oh, there's so many. I mean, look. Now that, I mean, to me, I do see. I love that kind of crispiness. You can hear bits dropping. They're so flaky. Can you see the steam? I hope so. I can't tell right now. Right, hold up. Oh yeah. Oh, delicious. With gravy, can you imagine? That was a bigger potato, so let's get some of that crunch. they just get better and better as well. Oh my. Very happy. Both air fryers produced fantastic potatoes, roast potatoes. Very happy indeed. And like I said earlier, I'm definitely going to be freezing most of these. I'm just going to take a few off for Jimmy because he's off school at the moment with a chest infection. So yeah. At the end of the clip, that's what I wanted to say. After the Patreon's little clip, there'll be a further clip of me bagging it up where it's completely cold, where I pop it in the oven. I always use recycled Loaf bread bags because they're food grade plastic, so they're perfect for reusing to store food, and they never have holes in them. So I normally use them for bagging my potatoes, and I will be saving these for Christmas. I might make more because we like to have a lot, so you've got lots of leftovers for Boxing Day and whatnot. I probably will, to be fair, and freeze that as well. And I'm sure I mentioned this about Jamie Oliver having given me the idea because he did this. It's such a good time-saving hack. And re-roasted with goose fat or duck fat, these will be even better than they are now. So, and it takes literally hardly any time at all. Considering these took 30 minutes, and I'll probably Christmas Day I'm going to be using the oven, alongside my air fryers. It's just, yeah. But yeah, getting back to these, very happy. Thanks everybody for watching. Congratulations to the winner of the Cosori. This is actually filmed before the Friday live, but it's going out the week after. So I don't actually know at this point in time who's won it, but someone will have done, and they're good. That's fantastic. Anyway, off I go. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. See you on the next one. Bye.